conversation, manipulate my decisions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back.
YouTube, what's going on today? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are gonna finally do the Garrosh guide. How to Garrosh properly. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. Garrosh is my main hero at the moment. His level is 144. It's not as big as a flex anymore because there's so many people with high level characters right now.
I do not like waiting.
Yeah, neither do I. So, this is the meta pick. No, this will be how I play it. With that being said, like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So, before we get into the gameplay, we're gonna talk about some talents. So the first one will be the trait.
I do not like waiting.
So before we get into the gameplay, let's get into the abilities and the talents. So first off, we're gonna talk about the trait because it's very important. Garrosh gains 1 armor every 2% of its maximum health missing. This is super strong because you can get up to 50 armor. That's really crazy. And then you can buff it, stack it with Uther. Garrosh is just almost not killable with the armor because you deal less and less damage. But there's a downside to it because there are some heroes that can counter that armor. They can break his armor. One of them I play a lot as well, being Tyrande. Not a lot. With 15 armor less, it's gonna be very brutal if you just think like, oh, I'll just walk in there, nothing's gonna happen. Zul'jin's. So you can walk there and he just deals normal damage. So Garrosh's strength comes from the armor. And if you're facing a Zul'jin, that's just not happening. Right? Alright, so let's go to the abilities now. Groundbreaker. Deal 81 damage, so that's not a lot, that's just the damage overall. Heroes hit in the outer edge are stunned for 0.5 seconds and slows for 40% for 2 seconds. It's really strong. It used to be that if the people are on the outer side, they get pulled in. That was really strong and it was broken in my opinion. So that's not happening anymore. Now you get stunned, but you can make some nice stun combos now. So that's also nice. Bloodthirst, well, kind of what they have in World of Warcraft if you play that. You get 10% of Garrosh's missing health. Healing is increased 100% against heroes, so it's obviously way more effective when you do it on heroes. Wrecking Ball, this is the fun one. You can literally throw anything but an elite. So that being a boss, samurai, and Deathwing, but Deathwing is not controllable by anyone, so you can't throw him. It's a very fun ability. Getting people out of position is just such a good way of setting up kills for your team. If you're wanting to deal damage, then don't play Garrosh at all. If you are content with giving assist, or you just like to win, play Garrosh, honestly. Warlock challenge, this is for me the superior ult. We will not be talking about Decimate except from this moment. You just spin around, you have 3 stacks. It deals damage, but not a lot. Slows them for 40%. Yeah, that's it. They get cooldown reduction if you hit enemy heroes. Right? I'm not picking that because it's strong, but it's not as strong as Warlock's challenge. People get silenced and they have to basic attack Garrosh for 2 seconds. Can you imagine if you do that to 3 people and you have a nice combo with a Malfurion Root, you have a nice Butcher, you have a Jaina or Kel'Thuzad, Falla, they're just dead. Done. Right? So that's what's happening. You can't interrupt it, except if someone purges you, like a Rhaegar, or cleanses you, then you're obviously out, but that's the only thing. Okay. Okay, so let's go over the talents now. Warbreaker, that empowers your Groundbreaker. It stuns, obviously. You need to stun people for the quest. After stunning 5 heroes, it deals additional 165 damage over 3 seconds. Trust me, it gets you kills. I've done it a few times, and sometimes you think someone is not dead, but he just dies straight after, because there's some sort of poison damage. Obviously with the levels it goes up and up. After selling 15 heroes, permanently reduce Groundbreaker's cooldown by 2 seconds. So the cooldown is 8 seconds, it will be 6. And that's a big difference if you're doing the Q, E, well, or EQ, depends how you want to do it, combo. Right, so we'll be going about that later. Unrivaled strength, it throws people further and the damage is increased. That's all. It's strong, but it ruins your combo if you want to do the combo. Body check, something I recently found out that's pretty good. Honestly, I tried it, it's pretty good. Especially when you're facing a Brightwing. Because if Brightwing uses Z and she has the empowered Z, the healing is reduced by 30%. So it's not really viable for that Z to happen. You know what I mean? But that's one of the only reasons I would do that. You could also do it with a white main, but that's about it, I think. It also slows people for 35%, so that's also strong. But in my opinion, Warbreaker wins. Alright. Here's not much discussion for me. I always go for the Unstoppable because it is super strong. If you're an aggressive Garrosh, you just press 1 and you be aggressive. Walk towards your enemy, throw them, not being able to slow or stun. It's just super strong. People tend to go for Thirst for Battle, which I can see why. It reduces the Bloodthirst cooldown by 2 seconds. That's strong if you're if you go the W build, which is viable, just it's not as strong in my opinion. Bloodthirst resets on cooldown if you kill. So the damage gets increased by 70%. Killing enemies with Bloodthirst resets its cooldown and refunds its mana cost. It's strong if you're, I don't know, Garrosh damage build? I don't know. I wouldn't pick either of these. I will always go for the Unstoppable. Alright, 7. I thought Lock Tower Gar was a good one. Increases into the fray armor by 20, so if you throw someone he gets armor. And hitting enemy heroes into the fray reduces its cooldown by 12 seconds. So it's overall pretty good if you have like an Uther with you that has the stun ult. You throw him in, he just stuns, and hopefully you hit like 4 heroes so you get the cooldown reduction. But other than that, I wouldn't pick it. So here's the choice that I always make before the match. So just imagine you're facing a Vala and a Zul'jin. Would you go for the reduce spell power or reduce attack speed? Well, that answer is clear. You will go for the attack speed. That's when I go for Q. But imagine if we face a Chromie and a Kel'Thuzad. It happened in one team. They played in the same team. It could happen. Or something else that has high spell power. It could also be a basic attacker with spell power. You go for the W. It's less seconds for the spell power reduction, but it's a 30% spell power reduction. That's just very strong. I normally go for the Q, just because it's a longer and more heroes use basic attacks. Because there's also tanks that use basic attacks. They do use spell power, but they're not as strong 9 out of 10 times. 10. I already went over this, but I go for Warlock challenge. That's it. If you go for Decimate, respectable. I tried it. It is strong, but it really doesn't come near Warlock challenge in my opinion. This is more CC, Decimate, Warlock challenge, more for the kill. You need burst damage for that. If you don't have burst damage, then by all means, go Decimate. Alright, level 13. This is one I always have to look as well. So, double up, I actually don't do. I haven't tried it. It could be really good, because the armor bonus will be immense. But it's not as strong as either of these. So, if you have not a good healer, it happens to all of us. Go for Blood Craze. When hitting a hero, Bloodthirst heals for an additional 15%. And why I say this, if you pick that one, you need to go on level 16 and pick Seasoned Soldier. Because then you get a second charge. You know what I mean? So you always have to think at level 13, what do I want for level 16? So, if your healer is good, go for the shield. And if you go for the shield, then you normally go for the mortal combo. So it reduces the cooldown if you hit the stun after the throw. Alright? And there's also a combo with that, because you need to think about what you do at level 20. If you do this, so defensive measures, mortal combo, you normally go for Titanic Might. And why that is you throw two people, you can throw two people, you stun them both, and then you can throw them again and again. So you can throw them up to 3 times. They can't do anything. Right? So if you pick for the other one, you go for Blood Craze. You pick Seasoned Soldier because you get the second W charge. And then I normally go for Death Wish, because this one's also very strong. Increase the duration of Warlock's challenge by 0.5 seconds, so they will be stunned, well, silenced, for 2.5 seconds. But if the enemy hero is killed, any of them, during that taunt, the cooldown is reduced by 45 seconds, which means your taunt will only be 5-second cooldown. Basically an insta-cast. It becomes a basic ability. So, that's how I would do it. Okay? That's how I would do it. Now, to share some some gameplay with you, here's a few clips of me playing as Garrosh and just setting up kills. I'm showing you how to the two people throw. There's a lot of things I will show you. I will not be voicing over them. I will just let it go, and then you can see what I mean. That will be it for me, guys. See you after the clips.
This house.
They're absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous dogs. I'm already in there. Oh, you're already in there. Oh, okay. Well, it's in pet pictures. Dun. Hi. You turd. Oh, he dropped spiders on me, the little bitch. What was he thinking, man? Fine. So, those were the few clips that I had. I didn't have many clips, but that was because it is pretty forward in my opinion. You go in a bush, you get out, you throw someone, and hopefully you get a kill if you get a good follow-up. If that's not the case, then it requires you just as other tank builds, you should be on the front line and all that stuff. Just disrupt the enemy. That's all I can tell you. Do that as a Garrosh and you will succeed. I'm not the best Garrosh, I think. There should be better ones, but that's just me being humble, I guess. If there's any other questions, anything you want to know, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, on Discord. Hop by my stream. I stream almost every day, depending on my work schedule, from 1 PM Dutch time, so Amsterdam time, to whenever I feel. So feel free to hop by and say hi. With that being said, I hope you guys found this video very helpful. If so, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Maybe leave a comment to the next hero you want to see. I have a fair bit of common knowledge. I'll just show you how I play the hero. Just do that. Alright? Now you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the Nexus.